Hello, my darlings and my lovelies, and all my little birdies. I was going to actually put out a video on the new moon. Alas, I've been having an Ehlers-Danlos syndrome flare, which leaves me in a lot of pain, with a lot of fatigue, and my concentration is out the window. I was actually pretty lucky that I managed to put on pants every day before I left the house. That would have been pretty embarrassing walking my dog with no pants. Nobody needs to see this middle-aged bum. No. Yeah, I'm glad I remembered to put on pants. I think every day I put on pants, I'm winning at life. Yay! I'm wearing pants today. Winning again. Welcome to the Cranky Crone Zone. So, my lovelies, where do I begin? The state of the world. Like I mentioned in my last video, thank you to everybody who watches, who likes, and to my auntie who always comments, love you. So yeah, Greenland. Yeah. It's not for security because let's face it, Alaska, which is actually part of the US, there's parts of Alaska that can see Russia. So if he's really worried about Russia in the Arctic, shouldn't he be like dealing with his own area first? Yeah, it's not about security at all. It's all about minerals and supposedly Western Hemisphere superpowers or something like that Stephen Miller said. How are these people still running the United States? How are they still in office? Somebody make it make sense to me, please. Please, in the comments, somebody make it make sense. I know a lot of people are like behind them. They think he's doing a good job and that ICE is really awesome and doing a great thing. In theory, I understand the whole get illegals out, you know? I really do. Like, if you're an illegal and you're a criminal, then you really don't have any right to be here. Sorry. Yeah, some people might disagree with that, but I don't care because that's just my opinion and we're all allowed to have different opinions. But yeah, the Greenland thing, not about security at all about resources, just like Venezuela. And yeah, so we're next because he's been talking about acquiring Canada since he took office last year. Somebody needs to stop the senile orange buffoon. The Twitter releases or the Truth Social or whatever the fuck it is that he runs, him sharing what he's sending out on those things I didn't take political science, but I'm pretty sure that's not how you run a government. How is that helping everyday Americans? Like, yeah. So anyways, yeah. On the Canadian home front, I would just like to relay a little personal story about my struggles with Veterans Affairs, otherwise known as VAC, to those who use it. Although I'm sure several people I know would probably have different, more colorful names for this institution. At any rate, I have always firmly believed that the minister in charge of Veterans Affairs in Ottawa should always be somebody who has military service under their belt. Because I really don't believe that anybody who doesn't understand what it's like to be in a uniform has any business taking care of those who used to wear it and got injured in their line of duty. If you can't understand that, you have no business running the institution. With the recent, the last budget that came out and all the cuts to Veterans Affairs, I was medically retired from the Royal Canadian Navy just over 4 years ago. It took until just October 2025, so 4 years after I was medically retired out, 4 years to get a rehabilitation assessment. Not very efficient. In the meantime, I've put Band-Aids on the various areas of my healthcare, both mental and physical. and have just been literally treading water this whole time because I've been waiting for this assessment. So 4 years later, finally get the assessment. The end of the assessment, I'm kind of given a debrief by the doctor who kind of oversaw it all about what they're kind of going to recommend for me. And it took a while for them to do up the report and get it into Veterans Affairs and their partner company, another alphabet, PCVRS, which is, I think, Partners in Canadian Veterans Rehabilitation Services. I think that's it. I think I got it. Yay me. Yeah, so by the time they got the report in, the new budget had come out with all the cuts and all the things that they had recommended for me in order to actually better cater and tailor to my particular set of needs. The recommendations aren't going to happen now. They're just going to do the same things that I have been doing, which is band-aiding. And which means my quality of life isn't going to improve. I don't understand how doing the same thing I've been doing for 4 years without getting better, how that's going to get me better and rehabilitated. It's crazy. I broke my back. 2 years later, I dislocated my hip. And a year after that, I suffered a moderate brain injury. And of all the things that during my assessment, every specialist said I required was fresh imaging. So like CT scans and MRIs. And I concur because, I have aged a little bit. I'm advancing in the middle age and the body changes. And I've, of course, like a lot of women in my era of life, I've gained weight. And so all of that, affects how the body functions. And so, yeah, I do agree. Imaging is required because I'm pretty sure things have shifted or moved or healed weird or, just more information is always best to, better cater, a health plan to somebody. So that's not happening now because of the budget cuts. Another thing that was recommended was some injections, maybe some nerve ablations to help with the absolute chronic pain I've been living in since 2012 when I broke my back. That's not going to happen either. So I'm still going to be in pain. I live, to use a normal person's scale of 1 to 10 out of pain, I live every day at least a 6. At least a 6. That's my baseline. And it really does affect everything I do, including taking care of my household chores and even my animals. There are some days where I just can't, get out of bed and move fast enough to get them their breakfast when they usually need it. I can't always walk my dogs, twice a day. Sometimes I can't even do it once a day. There are days where I'm just in so much pain. I can't leave the house, so I'll sit on the floor and play with them for a long time, which is also to my detriment because then I have to get off the floor. And that is an Olympic feat unto itself. If you know, you know. And I know a lot of you know. So it's just really disappointing that, our PM, our Prime Minister, Mr. Carney, is out there making wonderfully eloquent speeches at this economic forum in Switzerland. I did watch the speech. It was very rousing, very lovely, very well written, very well delivered. However, then, things like this are happening here at home. So, yeah, the state of the world is just cray-cray. So I guess what I really just wanted to say was everybody just hang in there. Make good choices. Do the right thing. Hold people accountable. And when you see something that's wrong, say something. Blessings of love and light to you all. Peace.